What's with the farmhouse?
Just some picture I found.
I'm excited to talk about the show. I have gotten to see the whole thing, was really taken by it. So uh, I guess where I'd love to start is the whole thing is so interesting, and your role specifically does not seem easy. What most attracted you to the project?
That's such an interesting comment, that it didn't seem easy. Working with Billy Crystal is easy. To love him and be connected to him and have that kind of relating was easy. What attracted me to it was that love and that connection of a long-term relationship. And also, there's that middle part, because you don't see me really until until the third episode or the fifth episode, where they have de-aged us and we're younger. And what happens is something that happens to most people, but we just don't talk enough about it in our society, which is you meet somebody and you say, oh my goodness, I know you. I feel like I've known you forever. And that's a lot of the connection and the basis and the foundation for this story, really, for Eli Adler, Billy as a psychiatrist, going through this relationship with this young boy, trying to heal him and remembering who his wife was and still is to him. And so there were things to me that were very compelling about that story and that kind of thing that happens to all of us, where we know somebody, but it's defined more as a soul connection. And that's what this is. So those were some of the things that attracted me. Besides Apple Plus, thank you very much, Eric Roth, Sarah Thorpe, Joe Sousa, a great writing team, and like I said, my Billy.
Yeah. On Billy, I mean, you two do work together so fantastically in this series. Had you wanted to work with him before, and
yes,
would this have been like anything like what you had in mind?
No, and it's like I know you laugh. It's right, but yes, I'd known him for many, many years. But here's the thing: I always wanted to work with him, but I always knew sometime I would work with him. And when I went over to his house in L.A. and I sat there with Billy and Sarah Thorpe, our creator, showrunner, and we started talking about synchronicities and soul connections and that experience of knowing you know somebody at some level. So we started talking about those experiences, and I knew that this show would be a way to actually open dialogue about that, so that people would actually feel free and comfortable talking about it. If there's maybe the possibility of life after, is there life before? And what does that mean? And how do we define that? And how do we discuss that? And how do we talk about things that we know in our lives? We've had people that have passed and have died, and yet somehow we still have them connected to us in our dreams. Are they connected to us? Do we see signs? I know people who see signs of very specific things that a person said to them before they passed over and said, look for this, it will be me. Now, I don't know if that's all true, but I'm open to the possibility that it is. And I wanted to have more discussion about it, so I thought this would be a great way to do it, just like we're talking today.
And finally, I mean, back to what I said at the top about this not being easy, I think there's so much history, like you're saying, between Lynn and Eli, and you have to convey that a lot just through a look in a lot of instances. Like, I think that is, on an acting level, how is it to have to convey something so big in such like a small moment?
Oh, that's such a good question. I don't know. I know that when you have an experience of what it is, not what you think it is, but there's an experience, and it is being conveyed through the look. It comes from the heart and the gut. It doesn't come from the head. So I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's the way that I would describe it. And because Billy and I are friends and we're connected, and thank you for saying that we work well together, because I can see, when I watched it, you can see and feel the chemistry, that those feelings were just present. And so when you hold those feelings, it can come across. That's what I would say.
That is great. Well, thank you so much for your time, and congratulations on this. It really is.
Thank you. It's very special.
Yeah.
I think so too. I'm glad you do.